Welcome to episode 18 of the Mouse in the House podcast. The podcast is now legal adult. Congratulations. 18th birthday of the Mouse in the House podcast. Congratulations.
Josh Giddy, this for you.
Yeah, exactly. This
Allegedly.
child that myself and Grizz raised about a few months ago has now become a legal adult. Without him here, Grizz left the picture, unfortunately. Well, for now. Because
Calling Grizz a deadbeat father is crazy. But you know what?
Hey, he don't got to pay child support no more.
You know what? You being a petty mother, it fits.
Exactly.
It does fit.
Exactly.
I see that.
Exactly. Maybe I should be wearing the bonnet. Yeah. But let's get this shit started. To my left we have Russ, as you know for the past 3 episodes. To my top left we have Mr. KLA Clips, Nick's lose again. And to the top of me, who do we have? State your name.
Yo, I'm AJ. I also go by MossHead. Perennial Knicks fan, just over here trying to celebrate these 2 victories, hopefully 2 more, so we go in immortality for the first time in 53 years. I don't know.
Years, yeah, 53 years.
Yeah,
53 years. 53 years.
I just realized, is that a Man on the Moon record behind you?
Yes,
what?
Yes, it is.
Is that Man on the Moon?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right above your head, to the left, or to the right.
Yeah. Hey, Nix, you might have somebody out vinyling you right now because I remember your old setup.
Hold on, I can go get the bag of my vinyls.
Oh, hey, when I get back to home base, we going vinyl for vinyl.
I mean, after 12, I think I'll be tapped out.
I got
a whole like luggage box of vinyls and my whole
shit
wall.
It's all right.
I might be out muted.
Don't count. It ain't in real life.
What do you mean? What do you mean ain't in real life? I can drive an hour and a half and you'll get mine.
Get that calculator ball out of here. That's about per 100. That's per 100 stats.
This is a picture. This is not basketball. This is a
100
picture.
Possessions. That's per 100 possessions. We ain't worried about that.
This is a PNG file. This is a PNG file. You've never seen the
Welcome to the Mouse in the House troll segment where I get to rage bait Cammy within the first 10 minutes.
You've never seen the Rodeo vinyl next to the Mehmet Okur jersey, have you? The Rodeo Black Album.
Cammy, I need you to learn something. I know you don't watch anime, but just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something.
Now, why wouldn't I do it?
Shout out to Show Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist. If you know, you know.
Now, why wouldn't
go to series?
Shout out to Russ. Why not? Shout out to Russ. Why not? You should know. You share a name with him.
Why not?
Yeah, there you go. But it's a moment for celebration for half of this podcast. New York Knicks are up 2-0 in the NBA Finals as we speak. This episode will come out the day before Game 3 if I can be asked to edit it, which I hopefully can. I gave up on putting pictures in the edit because I don't have time for that. I just watch the podcast at 2x speed, make sure there's no dead air, and we just go from there. But to the top of me, this is actually a great dichotomy. The top half is Knicks fans, the bottom half is Pacers fans. I didn't even do it like that on purpose. It just happened. Yeah.
They up for right now. So you got it. You got it, twin.
For right now. But let's actually get into that. So let's talk about these first 2 games because man, this has been a rough watch for half the teams and a great watch for the other half. The worst part.
Let me
go ahead.
Data baller. I can't talk basketball without a calculator. One moment.
Dude,
you said
shit. Fuck! I gotta open up Basketball Reference.
Yeah. Let me pull out Data baller. Shout out to not to the 82-0 game. Forget that game.
I'm ready now. 82, all right, let's talk.
82-0 is buns. We playing that 6 rings game. Even that one's kind of buns too, though.
82-0. Bro, that is the most Wilt Chamberlain propaganda game I've ever played in my life.
No wonder why I like it.
I legitimately screamed at my phone like 3 times because I had just great lineups and it would go like 81-1. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm gonna throw my phone.
I got an 82-0 the other day. I'll send it in the chat right now. I got an 82.
You ever picked a center first overall, and then on every next to your 4 picks you get the 60s Warriors? You're like, damn it, man. Also, the
I
game
think-
hates Tim Duncan. The game hates Tim Duncan. They hate.
Oh
Tim
yeah,
Duncan
it
so
despises
much.
Tim
I've got-
Duncan.
Because I've gotten Timmy before, and I definitely didn't finish as good as I thought I would.
Yeah, they have Tim Duncan on the same pedestal as like Sharif Abdul-Rahim, which I love Roof,
Oh,
but come on, what are we
Another
doing?
very
Bro, I don't want to
overrated pick, by
speak
the way.
about Sharif
Another very
Abdul-Rahim.
overrated
I would
pick
have
is,
like the greatest lineup, and then my last pick would have to be Sharif Abdul-Rahim, and it would just tank my whole talk. No disrespect to him, but it's just in the game, the way they have it set up.
He was hooping.
Hey, the game, the thing don't respect him on there.
I mean,
Hey, shout out World Be Free though. For some reason, Abdur Rahim is buns, but World Be Free goated.
I mean, World Be Free.
Bro.
World Be Free. I mean, Clippers World Be Free in the '80s. That's a 30 points per game. That actually does work. That actually,
Bro, there was a thing. I saw someone look up like the Will Be Free Google searches, and that's you could tell exactly when 82-0 get popular because his like Google searches just shot up out of nowhere. People being like, "Who the hell is Will Be Free?"
No,
See,
like
now-
back in my day, we would learn shit like that from playing my team.
See. Now, this
For
is how I
real.
know. This is how I know I'm getting old because nobody played with the old school Sixers teams on the old 2Ks. You guys never played the greatest teams mode in NBA 2K12 where you had to play with that Dr. J and George McGinnis team. You guys never did that. We're losing recipes. I'm telling you. It's a damn shame. The NBA's greatest mode in 2K12 said that Patrick Ewing. No, I was 8. I was 8. That was my outside. The NBA's greatest mode in 2K12 said that Patrick Ewing is one of the greatest.
Razor scooter. Them shins ain't been banged up, and that's why you soft now.
I did have one. I also had a skateboard. I had a skateboard, and then I
ain't gonna lie to you. I was not a skater though. I got on that thing one time, went backwards. Yeah, I got it. That's T-Rock. That's not me, Tony.
Once I realized that I couldn't skate, I used to just like lay down on the skateboard and just go down a hill. I used to luge, man. It was the greatest thing ever. Until the 5th time, and then I got hurt, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, that's usually how it
times.
ends up.
Yeah, good times. But the NBA's greatest mode in 2K12 said that Patrick Ewing is one of the greatest shooting centers of all time. So when I went to 2K15, I was making my all-time teams in the New York Knicks. I made Patrick Ewing's three-pointer an 80 because I was like, 2K would never lie to me. And then I actually looked at his stats and I was like, oh no, they meant mid-range.
I'm pretty sure he made like 2 threes his entire career. One of them was like a buzzer beater. He just had to throw it up there.
It was that one in the corner where he's like fading away. He's like turning around.
Yeah. It was like against the Celtics, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. We're not losing recipes. That's great. What was your favorite classic team to use in 2K12? What was your favorite classic team?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a classic 2K podcast. It ain't got to the series yet.
It can be.
Could be.
This is what happens. This is what happens when the Indiana Pacers fans see Knicks succeed. They're like, you know what? Let's talk about anything else other than Knicks right now.
I mean, we have to make up an hour and a half of time, and I don't think we're all going to do that by talking about basketball.
No, don't worry about that.
We don't have conference finals to talk about this week.
I got enough slander to go around, baby.
I have enough praise for my team because I ain't never got to talk my shit like this before. I never got to be here. I grew up where every time I got to a basketball argument, I just heard, I know the Knicks fan ain't talking right now, and I just had to shut the fuck up for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I mean, honestly,
Y'all are younger too. That's the sad part.
I don't understand why y'all. And what's so funny is Hawks fans be slandering y'all when they ain't won anything since 1951.
All they had is the Trae Young moment.
Anyone but you.
Against Julius Randle.
Anyone but you is crazy.
Charlotte Hornets fans?
Hey, to be fair, they technically had more recent success. I'm not even talking about Trae Young. If you want to count that Budenholzer year that I knew was fake from the time I seen it. Hey, I was Bronny all day. I knew it when I seen it. Number 1 seed.
Hey, they don't got that no more because they didn't make it out that conference finals.
No, I will say though, again, the one thing I will give them, they're the only team to have beaten the Knicks so far in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, CJ McCollum is just one of the greatest players of all time now when we look back at it in 30 years.
Yeah, it's making that series look a lot better for the Hawks. It's like, how did they get 2 games on those guys?
Watch them do a 2021 again and think their team is way ahead of schedule.
No, it does not make the Hawks look better. It just makes the Cavs look worse. Why not both?
Like I wouldn't be shocked if they
You
try
don't
to
get to
overpay
do
for
that.
CJ, thinking that
You don't get to do
they're
that.
closer than they are.
I don't think they will. I think the Hawks realize they're not at that point yet. They're a talented team. They're a young team. I don't think they're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah,
like
realistically,
that. Maybe
no,
I'm
because Salah is a
Shut it.
genuinely good GM from everything I've seen him do. But it would just be funny from a hater's perspective for them to do that.
It would. I'm not even a Hawks hater. I like the Hawks this year. They were a fun team.
I like their team. It's just I'm friends with so many Hawks fans, so I'm just like a natural hater of their team, just off proximity of them being my friends.
Nick, shout out to Osama bin locked in RPW.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about him. Shit.
Oh man,
Are we getting to slander or are we getting to praise first?
A Hawk slander podcast, yeah. But let's talk about that first game. Honestly, the first two games kind of had the same storyline, where Spurs show up, they kind of dominate the first half of the game. Second half of the game, second half of the game, not the Spurs dominate. The second half of the game, the Knicks show up, they take over the game, they eat the game, and then the Spurs make a run at the end, but it's too little, too late. What do y'all want to talk about first?
We'll start with game one.
Yeah, well, yeah, we usually start with game
one thing. Game one, like the one, and I would probably assume everyone assumed this, that Victor Wembanyama would have started off on Josh Hart. Like I think everyone going into the series is like, we're gonna have to figure out how to get either Josh has to get off the floor or he's gonna be making threes. But when I saw Vic start out on Cat, I was genuinely perplexed. I did not expect that at all because I knew this would be the outcome. And the fact that Mitch Johnson, it took him to the fourth quarter of game two, which I'm getting a little ahead of myself, to switch that is genuinely one of the worst coaching failures of a coach that's gotten to this level I've seen in a while.
And only when Cat had two fouls, only when he got those two BS fouls that he shouldn't have gotten.
Yeah.
Because I will say, those two fouls at the end were...
I don't want to get ahead of myself for game two, but that was genuinely one of the worst officiated games I've seen in a very long time.
I'm a hater, but I'm impartial.
Mitch Johnson had some very questionable decisions throughout the series so far in the first two games. The first one for game one, not playing Dylan Harper down the stretch when he was probably the hottest player for the Spurs.
He was destroying Shamit in game one, destroying Hart, picking on Brunson. Like I've not seen Brunson get picked on like that.
Who wants to get to the rim. Only guy there who wants to get to the rim.
Yeah.
And he was successful in converting in that way.
Absolutely.
Like even though he's one of the few guards I've seen push OG off his spot defensively. Yeah.
Stephon Castle gets to the rim, he just doesn't do as much with it.
He gets down there. So does Keldon Johnson.
There's not much touch on him.
Keldon Johnson gets to the rim. What does he do when he's at the rim? God knows.
That man is a spy.
He prays
for the Knicks. Sohan must have paid him off for this year and be like, hey man, give me this solid one time. Y'all be back in the finals. You just don't do nothing.
It doesn't matter.
Give me a ring if y'all win.
He gets a ring regardless.
Yeah, he gets a ring no matter what.
Why would Sohan have to do that? Sohan gets a ring regardless.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants one of them pity rings that he got to wait until the Knicks play the Spurs to just be handed the ring. I think he wants that celebration to talk shit to Wemby and all of them.
The Farragher ring?
They both
exactly.
He didn't play.
Shout out to Jeremy Sohan. This is the second time he's helped Wemby back. First time was when he had to play point guard in the first half of the 2024 season. Remember that? Holding Wemby back.
Funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. It took them.
I'm not gonna hate on him.
They tried with Sohan. They tried with Sohan, and then they tried with Trey Jones, and you're like, you know what? Let's just get Chris Paul. Let's just get Chris Paul for that 1 year. And
they could use Chris Paul right now. They could honestly use him with the way he was still the only guard in Wemby's career that would actually feed him the ball in the post properly.
Yeah, exactly. I want the ball. Give me the ball.
A lot of guards these days actually aren't very good at actually feeding the post effectively.
No, because
it really is.
Couldn't be us.
But it's also
couldn't be us.
It's also because we don't actually make many post stretches. Like that's not a key part of the offense these days.
That's the one.
The post game is very much a lost part of basketball nowadays.
Yeah, unless you're like
it's very perimeter centric.
Unless you're like a Jokic Joel Embiid type player.
They can't even be like most bigs are not good enough. Like, hey, we're gonna give him post touches. They're not good enough for that. But the reason they're not good enough is because they actively don't teach that.
Yeah,
these
they
days.
don't.
Most you got like Zoo. I'm stretching it if I say Bam. Even Cat doesn't.
Not
doesn't
really. Not really, Bam. Not really, Bam. Not really. No,
If
Bam's more
you get
perimeter
Cat in the right
now.
matchup, he'll definitely post someone up. He'll definitely run to the
Which
paint.
he's kind of doing that now.
It's just he
He's kind of doing
uses
that
that. He
now.
uses that. I mean, he uses the strength, but he also uses the speed to get there as well.
Yeah,
Cat is
Exactly.
just-
Yeah.
He is a nightmare for a lot of bigs in that regard.
And that's probably the biggest reason I think why he's been dominating this Wemby matchup so much is because usually every big they either have the speed but they don't have the strength, or they have the strength but they don't have the foot speed. Kat is one of the few players that has both. He has the speed to keep Wemby like in front of him, and he has the strength to push him off every spot he's trying to go to on that court when he tries to get in the post.
Ironically, he's doing to him what DeMarcus Cousins did to Cat all those years ago.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that Luke Cornett is unplayable.
Oh,
it does not help
man.
Wemby at all.
You can tell.
At least I think, especially when you compare it to Wemby, how much of a positive he is defensively, and then it's just like when you put Luke Cornett in for the 10 minutes a night, it's like, okay, we're just going to attack Luke Cornett because he's not Wemby.
I know
it's suicide. It's suicide, but at the same time, you don't have a choice.
Brunson, Cat, OG, every player they played against, their eyes just widen. Their eyes just widen when they see Luke Cornett down the floor.
You can tell that the Spurs did not think they would be contenders this year because of front court backup rotation of Luke Cornett, Biyombo, and what's his name?
Mason Plumlee.
Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk's there too.
Yeah.
Kelly Olynyk's there.
Guys, what are they supposed to do? Who are they going to go get, Cammy? Since they didn't think they were going to, who are they going to get? They were real contenders. Who are they going to go get?
Someone better.
I mean, genuinely, there was guys like
someone. Name them.
They could have. I generally think. I really think because Ayton, I think, would have been doing better than what Cornett's been doing right now. And I'm not a big Ayton defender or anything, but I think he would do decently better than Cornett.
I think Ayton's raw tools would have been enough. His raw tools just.
What raw tool was he going to use that was going to be helpful that Wemby's not better at?
I think his foot speed. He's way faster, so he just doesn't die on a pick and roll.
Yeah.
Like we gotta admit, Cornett is molasses. I'm not saying like DeAndre Ayton is like the third greatest center in the league.
I don't think you understand how bad DeAndre Ayton is. I'm sorry.
That's the first time I've heard someone fucking be described as molasses. That's good. I like that.
Like, other than the iHeart block, which, hey, that is going to be probably one of his career moments. He's just been a net negative.
That is his career moment.
That is his career moment. That and
Game 5 last year against the Knicks. Those are his two career moments. When he just randomly turned to Hakeem against us for no fucking reason. And then that.
I remember that. Oh, man.
He's molasses.
You know what, bro? Call Dwight Howard. He's photoshopping himself into the Spurs jerseys anyway. Call him up.
Come on.
Anything but Luke Cornett. Because man, that guy's been absolutely terrible.
But I want to glaze Cat some more, man, because everybody's they're not doing it properly.
Best player by far in this series. Best player.
Absolutely,
easily by far.
Best player in the playoff series. All of them. All four of them. I said what I said. He's been the most.
He's been our most impactful.
I don't think that's ridiculous. I don't think that's
crazy to say. I don't think that's crazy to say.
Would you say
there was a moment where OG had an argument. There was a moment where OG had an argument for like a week and a half.
The first two rounds.
Where he got injured in that second round.
Yeah, prior to his hamstring injury.
And that was the only thing that kind of derailed it. But it's very possible that shooting wasn't sustainable anyways. Respect to OG. I don't know if he was.
It has been, though.
I don't know, man.
It hasn't been. Other than game one.
I think you're understanding how crazy that percentage was. He was like shooting 50% from three.
That's not back by every game other than game one in Cleveland, I think he's still shooting around 50% from three. Like he's still for some reason going insane.
His corner threes are automatic. His corner threes are automatic. Like,
let me take a look at
that. Him and like one thing a lot of people haven't given the Knicks credit for is we've been the greatest corner 3-point shooting team in NBA history this season.
Oh my God.
And I had said this even before the Thunder series is over, because both those teams, they like to pack the paint and let the corners be free.
Cut out, brother.
And I said that'll be the downfall of these teams against us, because we love Mike Brown's system is get into the lane and kick it out to the corners and live with those threes, because we have the shooters. We have Shamit, Deuce, Mikal, OG, Brunson, Cat.
Oh, he's Deuce
We just
now.
have
He's
shooters
Deuce now.
all
He's
around.
not Miles anymore. He's earned Deuce back.
Look, man.
Yeah, he's Deuce again.
He's got Deuce back.
By the way, that fucking bank shot at the end of the third quarter from the fucking.
God.
I don't know why everyone's just doing that. Because didn't Champagne did that in game 2 too as well in that same corner.
Yeah, Champagne did that in the first quarter.
I don't know what's with that corner.
It's that
and
it
just
is
it off.
No, it is that. I think it's that corner. It has to be that corner. And on the other one, when I was watching game 1 with my dad, we were noticing a lot of shots were rimming out on the other side.
Yeah.
For both sides, not just like in the first half it was rimming out for the Knicks, in the second half it was rimming out.
Are those rims sponsored by DraftKings?
I think they are.
You know Russ. You know the video of Tom Brady in court, and he sees a guy enter behind him, and he starts smiling. That's that right now. Yeah. But I will ask.
Actually, speaking of Champagne, by the way, he's not going to be a big note. I do want to make that note though. Champagne has been good in both games.
He has.
He is. The last 4 games.
He has.
He was the head of the snake for their first quarter attack. He was flaming y'all at first. I was a little nervous.
Oh no, I have my.
He was gonna score a bunch more, but I was like, if he just keeps hitting those and everybody else does what they normally do, it'll get bad.
Oh yeah, I made my notes for each game right here. Champagne was fucking killing them throughout the first half. He was 5 for 6 from 3 at the end of the first half. He finished the game with 10 rebounds. He didn't score. He scored 1 point. I think afterwards on a free throw.
Yeah,
but we were talking about that. We were talking about that on the last episode as well. Cammy was saying outside of Wembanyama, Champagne is their best rebounder. Outside of Wembanyama.
Yeah.
And he was right.
And about rebounding.
Champagne makes sure he works even if he's not involved in play, because a lot of times
he's a hustler. He's a hustler.
Shooting in the
the only issue with him in this series is just we keep Brunson on him and he can't dribble.
No.
Yeah.
I
think it's kind of a two-way street. I think the Champagne on Brunson matchup both ways has kind of been detrimental to both of them. And granted, a lot of the defense against Brunson has been double teams, but Champagne's done a good job on Brunson. If you look at his efficiency throughout the finals so far, I would say Champagne's doing a decent job on him.
I mean Brunson's
shooting. This is where I'm gonna get to my slanderous portion. I think Jalen Brunson's just been bad. I'm gonna just say, especially last night, the first game, he had a great fourth quarter.
Yes.
Before that, no sir. But last night, especially that game 2,
I think Brunson, and this has always been my biggest criticism with him, when he struggles, he sometimes tries to go back to that 2024 style of just, I'm going to get us through this, even when he's off, and he'll kind of ice everyone out, especially Cat. And that's always been my biggest complaint about the team and him, is just like when Cat has these games, in the fourth quarter, you'll just see him on the block or in the corner just being iced out of the possessions. And I'm just like, we need to just keep going to Cat and doing what works.
Early game versus the Hawks, because there were times where he was just trying to slog through that, where he wasn't feeling it. And I kept saying, I was like, this is why y'all had a bad regular. Well, I ain't gonna say bad regular season, but bad for y'all standards, because you weren't using Cat enough.
Inconsistent,
especially as a guy at the top key in the nail. Oh my lord, those actions with him and OG at the nail and the top of in the elbow action. I still remember this one pass where Cat did a bounce pass right in between the pocket of 2 defenders, and OG just went straight in for a dunk, because at that point OG was dunking everything.
What I will say though, to defend that, Mike Brown. Yeah. I will say, though, Mike Brown in the beginning of the season wanted to do that, but from what I've seen from reports, Cat was the one who didn't really subscribe to being the hub. He didn't like the Sabonis rule, so he wanted to go back to being the primary scorer. Well, not primary, but you know what I mean, like one of the main scorers.
Like a more significant role in terms
of... That's why you kept hearing in the interviews, I don't understand my position here. I don't know what's going on. And then I guess in the Hawks series after game 3, he went to Mike Brown and be like, put me as the hub. Let me initiate the offense. And then Mike Brown was like, oh, great idea, Cat. Yeah, for sure. But in the back of the mind, he was like, this is what I wanted to do the whole time, but I'm gonna let this feed the team. And then it's been one of the most dominant playoff runs we've ever seen.
At this point, no point in arguing. You guys are down 2-1 in the first round.
So, yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, try anything at that point.
It's good.
Exactly.
My thing is, every time Cat has been one of the main ones, it's been uber consistent. Cat has been legitimately good on defense all playoff series long.
He has.
Not just good for Cat standards, but good in general. I'm not going to go as far as great, but he has been extremely good.
No. And I would argue all playoffs long. Cat's been a good defensive player. Not great, but good.
I would argue since the new year, honestly, since we had the MLK massacre to Dallas. If you look at our statistics, we've been the number one defense in the league since that MLK game.
I would say about that. I would say Cat's been better than he has been the last 10 years as a defender, but I would say his apex or his peak as a defender would be from April to now.
It was
for sure.
Y'all better think.
It's either that or that last year he was in Minnesota. That last year in Minnesota was really good.
I think those are the two top years of his career.
Going to point to Rudy, but what Rudy did was allow him like, hey, I'm gonna give you a simple job. You just have to defend the guy he's the low man. Just defend him.
Yeah.
Like that's why he's having good positions against Jokic of all people. And be like, how's he doing that? Like Rudy, they all know Rudy's back there. So Cat just has to play straight up with Jokic, and we'll live with him.
Yeah.
Rudy taught him. And while we get to this topic about rebounding, we mentioned it earlier. God, the Spurs are a terrible rebounding team. I never thought that I'd see I never thought I'd see a worse rebounding team.
They're not terrible at rebounding.
Man.
No, they're not a bad rebounding team. They were out rebounding the fuck out of the Knicks in game 1.
In game 1, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up my real app.
And then they said, I think game 2 we only out rebounded them by 4. But I will say when it gets to like the tough, like the end of the game, I think that's when their rebounding and size really started to hurt them.
I will say I'm looking at it right now. They didn't out rebound the fuck out of the Knicks. They did get 4 more offensive rebounds and they got 1 more defensive rebound, but they did still out rebound them. I don't think they're a bad rebounding team.
How many offensive rebounds did the Knicks get in games 1 and 2? Because it felt like 50.
They got 10 in each.
10 in each.
Yeah,
okay.
That makes sense.
They must have been in some very concentrated parts of the game because I've seen.
That's what I was really saying.
No, a lot of those
we know when to get the backbreaking rebounds.
We want to keep
a lot of those too were off of tips.
Are still in favor of the Spurs because the Knicks only beat them by 2 rebounds yesterday.
A lot of those offensive rebounds as well were off of tips in the second half. Like we've seen that from everybody, from Hart, from Mitch, from even I think Alvarado was even getting a tip or 2 yesterday.
Alvarado, because he was the reason for the big deuce 3 in the I think.
Shout out to Jose Alvarado, by the way. He is probably the most ideal backup. He's been probably the most ideal backup point guard that the Knicks could ask for.
Yeah, because he's everything that Brunson isn't. He's everything that Brunson isn't.
Yeah. They're both around the same. I think Alvarado's a little bit shorter, but he's still a lot more tenacious. I think he's a better defender. He has a lot more hustle.
Right.
People get more rebounds.
And he likes to play with that speed that like Mikal, Hart, OG, and all them like to play. So that's why they usually run those like bench lineups with those 3 and Cat.
Mm-hmm. But I will say maybe me saying the Spurs are as bad a rebounding team. Maybe that's just because they tend to overhelp a lot. Because I saw this one clip of the Knicks running this 5-out, pass happy offense, and every time a Knicks player got the ball, like 4 Spurs players followed them. They were putting 3 guys on Landry. They were putting 3 guys on Landry Shamet. I was like, wait, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What you're putting 3 guys on Landry Shamet when he's trying to drive across the rim to do that Steve Nash move. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
It feels like they're getting flustered. And then whenever a 3 goes up and it doesn't go in, there's a Knicks player to get the rebound because the Spurs are all overhelping on a spot up shooter. So they just have bad defensive discipline. And the thing with Wemby here, when they're saying like he needs to get in the paint more and he needs to do this, he needs to do that. In a bubble, that's true, but also the Knicks are crowding the hell out of that paint. They're getting guys in the paint. Yeah, they're getting guys in the paint. Yeah. So he can't really do it.
They are doing that. I also feel like he could be doing a little bit of a better job like trying to work his way into the paint, because out of the
He
21
doesn't-
out of the 21 field goal attempts that he had in game 1, 16 of them were jump shots, and they were all settled for.
I would say it's really more on Mitch Johnson to get him plays to get him downhill. Because the one thing about Wemby's game right now, he's not a playmaker, he's a play finisher for right now in his career. He doesn't really have like the dribble package or anything that like a Cat or Brunson or like Shea have, that like their spot. Like Brunson wants to get to the elbow into the mid range. Shea wants to get to that same spot. And Cat, he wants his trails, threes, or he wants to just run to the paint. With Wemby, it's kind of just like you don't really know what's his spot. He'll shoot, but you can live with his shooting over him going downhill and having the most unblockable shot in NBA history.
Yeah, because you would see some examples of that. Like there, I think in game 1, it might have been the third quarter. I think it was the end of the third quarter. He blew right by Mitchell Robinson, fucking slammed it down.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
it didn't look human. Like there are certain examples like that, but like in terms of
there were some in game 2.
There were some in game 2.
Dominance in game 2, and it looked like he was going to carry them to a win.
There were some in game 2. He would get blow-bys. He would just get contested layups because he's almost 8 feet tall. Like he's going to do that.
He's going to score or he's going to get fouled. One of the two.
Yeah,
one of the two.
But like,
exactly.
Yeah, like offensively and defensively, of course, that's his biggest strength. But at the same time, you'll let guys like Cat or OG Anunoby dunk on you, and it's like. Like you just look like a bitch. I don't know how else to phrase it. I hate to be crass, but he got bit in those specific moments.
I remember this one sequence. In game 3. I think it was like the start of game 3.
Game 3.
Game 3. Quarter 3 of game 2.
Time travel.
3 of game 2. No. Shh. It was the start of quarter 3 in game 2.
Already. What's the script again?
No.
Hold on.
It was a start.
Kelsey? I'm sorry, go ahead.
It was the start of quarter 3.
Thumbnail right there.
it was the start of quarter 3 in game 2 where Wemby got to the rim against OG, put up like a really like light shot, didn't go in. Then on the other end, he gets beat from the corner to the rim. He gets beat on a drive by OG, and OG dunks on him. I'm like, man, you're just not playing like you're not playing like your size right now. Pause. You're not playing like your size. It's like.
I don't even know if it's him not playing his size, or I think he's just exhausted because he's never been in like this long of a setting playing for this long in this many minutes. Because I think I saw stats said that like since game 6 of the Thunder series, he's averaged 41 minutes a game. And everyone knows with Wemby, he's usually he's a load management guy. Like he's gonna play 20 to 32 minutes. Yeah. Exactly. Like Wemby's best in his spurts, but now he's just kind of dealing with the exhaustion of playing a very physical and long series.
Yeah, like
so that's really not a crazy thing, especially for a big man of his size and the way he runs.
Yeah,
that's not.
And I feel like that's one of the things we have an advantage of, and this is a Tibbs shout out. But these guys are used to playing 42 minutes a night.
He battle tested.
Yeah. Like in these situations, Brunson, Hart, OG, McHale, Cat, they are used to being out there for 42 minutes a game in these type of physical situations.
I remember I remember watching some highlights of the Knicks series last year against the Pacers. You guys were exhausted. My God.
Yeah, because a lot of it too, they were not nearly as deep, and they did have bench players. Like they still had fucking Mitchell Robinson was coming off the bench last year, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, I believe until game 3. Until game 3, that's when they.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but then like you're really digging deep because listen, how Landry Shaman's doing this year is insane. But he wasn't playing this many minutes last year, and then you have to dig in. You get DeLon Wright. You bring in DeLon Wright, the corpse of fucking DeLon Wright.
I will say though, DeLon Wright, they were doing really good in those minutes.
They were doing fine. They were doing fine for players who didn't play.
Yeah, respect. I still hold the fact though that Shamet should have played in that series. I think that would have been a really good Shamet series for him.
He probably should have, but I will say, I will ask, if what we did last year was Devil Magic, what the hell is this? What is this?
This is Israel Magic.
Yeah, it's gotta be
that and this. Shit, and this is. Me and you have had this argument a lot, Cammy, because you've asked me about like, do you think this Knicks team could have beat the Pacers? And I said, if we had a fully optimized coach, yes. And I feel like we have finally got the optimized coach who knows how to play a modern day offense, and we are seeing the talent of our players being utilized properly.
We'll see.
I do think.
I mean,
now, am I saying the whole team's going to shoot 40+% again? No, because this is generally one of the greatest heaters a team has ever had in the NBA, if not the greatest.
I do think.
I want to backtrack a little minutes, by the way. I want to backtrack. Actually, this year, Cat has averaged 31 minutes in the reg season, and he's now averaging 30 minutes for the playoffs. That's 30.7.
Yeah.
He's not playing a lot of minutes at all. They've been really
because if you compare that to last year with Tibbs, I think he was averaging 36 minutes per game,
something like that. Yeah, I know, like Cat this year in the playoffs is averaging
in the playoffs, and in the season of 25, he did average 35 as well. He was 35 and 35 in both. So right, you're one off.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Big man that is slightly high. Yeah.
Yeah,
it went up in the playoffs, but only by a half a minute. Then, like I said, obviously we knew that he has better rotations than Tibbs does, because really Tibbs just doesn't trust his guys off the bench. That's really what comes down to it. It has nothing to do with him
at all. Yeah, not at all.
No, that
was to their detriment. I don't think that was Brunson.
That's really all it comes down.
Effort for that long is Josh Hart, and Josh Hart consistent effort is Actually, let me not hate on Josh Hart. He's playing pretty well these last 2 games. So shout out Josh Hart. Let's show Josh Hart some love. The best rebounding guard of all time.
Facts.
He's playing the best you can play without being a scoring threat. He's playing the best you can play without being a scoring threat. Absolutely.
I have legitimately never seen him play this good of a defense in his career.
I can one up you, brother. That trip was so dumb. And then Wemby said, "Nah, I got something for you. I'm gonna one up that dumb play. Don't worry.
Wait till the God. Yeah, when Josh tripped, yeah.
That trip, no, because you guys were coming back right before the half, and I was like, oh, okay, this is good. They're showing some life right now. And then that trip then led, so he fouled there. That was a technical foul, so it was 2 shots and the possession. Then it led to another foul later on, I think, on Mitchell Robinson. That might have been when the Mitchell Robinson.
Which was BS.
That was the double tech. No, that was the double tech, and the NBA rescinded that today. By
they rescinded it.
No, it wasn't a double tech. It was only.
No, I know. It was supposed.
Wemby didn't get tech.
I know. It was supposed to be one. It should have been one, but they rescinded the technical a day later.
It should have been called at all, because that was the most normal big man fighting for position ever.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Russ?
I was just saying that was just a really bad tempo play. When you do something like that, you jack up the whole tempo, because you guys were at that point in the game, y'all were fighting just to get back into the game.
Yeah, and I mean that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's why when Castle got into it with Caruso, I think in Game 6 or Game 7, Vassell went up to him. He's like, "Nah, stop it! Don't do that! Don't do that!" Or I don't know if it was Vassell getting into it and Castle saying that. It was one of the two. I don't remember which one. But it was one of them.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. It was when Caruso fouled him pretty hard.
Yeah. And then
it was Harper. No, it was Harper, because Harper slid onto Castle and hugged him. He bear hugged him on the ground because he tried to jump up at him.
Stop doing it.
He was running. He did not fall. He ran and slid, cancel into that. That was a elite move.
Yeah, he slid and landed in the perfect position to grab Castle before he stood up.
Samoa Joe, Coquina clutched him. Yeah. But
I really think in this series you were seeing the rest versus rust. You were seeing the rest factor play a detrimental role against the Spurs right now.
Yeah, and I mean it's weird. It's weird because at the start of the games. This is
also a situation where you got to look at the. I don't even want to call it inexperience, but the play styles of 2 players in particular are ruining the Spurs' chances. One is Wemby, because he should not be dribbling as much as he is. He shouldn't be attacking as much as he is with the ball in his hands.
Yes.
And also, Stephon Castle is the ultimate communist, because he believes everybody on the court should touch the ball. Everybody.
Yeah.
No matter if they're wearing black or blue. Doesn't matter. Everybody should touch the ball.
You've seen the...
I don't feel like OG's touched the ball enough. Here you go, brother. Oh, Dylan Harper, I got you too, buddy.
Have you seen the?
I got you.
Have you seen the picture where it's Wemby says I want the ball, then Brunson says I want the ball, and then Castle's wearing a double jersey? Yeah, he's like, I got both of y'all.
Yeah, he's not.
That's one thing I've been very confused about and this is why I'm just Fox has been getting a lot of hate, and is deservedly so. But I fully understand why Mitch Johnson plays him the amount he does, because one thing about Fox, he's not a turnover prone guard. Not nearly to the level of a Castle. But the only thing I would say is just give Harper the ball.
Yeah.
He's the trusted adult.
Yeah, he's a $40 million
Yeah.
babysitter. He's a $40 million babysitter.
But I would
Shout out
just
to Derek
say
Fisher.
give it to Harper. Harper's been by far their best guard in this playoff run, and I think he's just not been utilized properly in this series.
At this point, would you consider benching Castle and just running Fox and Harper?
No, because you need Castle's defense. One thing about Castle, you still need his defense.
No, even when I said that though, Castle isn't as bad. Like he still actually can pass the ball well. He gets paint touches crazy. The only person that gets a better paint touch than him is Dylan Harper. Because Dylan Harper,
Yeah.
I tweeted it while it was happening. I rarely watch Dylan Harper play and get nervous that he's going to dribble himself into a trap. Whenever he attacks and he gets downhill, whenever he flashes, I know he's always finding that angle either to more likely score it, but every now and then make a really good pass either out to the wing or the corner or even
his poise for a rookie is otherworldly. Like I've never seen a guard at this age be so good under distress.
He looks like he's been playing for a decade.
Has he been?
He looks like if Ron Harper came back into a young body and just had still all the experience of a Ron Harper.
Hey, yeah.
Please
that's
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You made that face. Hold on, that sounded
Dylan already got his dad kind of beat. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh no, he do. But I'm saying like if the Ron Harper like the end to like it looks like he just took all the IQ of his dad and just in a better player.
Hey, respect his mom.
Right.
Be going over film with him. Respect his mom. She who?
I mean,
his mom be putting him through hell.
I mean, between what's happening to Dylan Harper and Brunson, we can safely say that child abuse is winning in the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
For sure.
It's the Joe Jackson school of child abuse minus the other stuff.
If you want a small guard to work in the NBA, you gotta abuse him a good bit.
Yeah, you have to beat him up. Yeah.
Beat up your son. I gotta keep that in mind.
Shout out to Rey Mysterio. Can't wait to beat my kids.
Make me a millionaire, son.
Shout out Dominic.
Yeah. Let's talk about this turnover though. Let's talk about the turnover.
Shout out Dirty Dom. Shout out AAA mega champion Dirty Dom.
Hey, the real wrestling fan.
Oh my god. Haven't watched a single match in 4 years. All right. Let's talk about let's talk about the turnover though. Let's talk about the turnover.
The one in game goals.
Yes, the last one. Who do you think
genuinely couldn't believe that had happened.
Same. Yeah. Like it was a miscommunication.
That was one of the most baffling plays I've ever seen of a superstar.
It was a miscommunication on all parts because people are saying that Mitch should have called a timeout. I disagree because you don't want Brunson getting taken off the floor for that timeout because if you're the Spurs, you want a bad defender on the floor. Yeah. Wemby, man, just bring it up yourself. And Castle, why'd you turn your head to look at him and then turn away? What are you doing?
Well, no,
one thing I will say also against Wemby, if you look at some angles, you could see De'Aaron Fox under the rim on the other side of the court looking at Wemby like this.
You could have just given him the ball.
The offense real quick.
I think in general it was a Wemby problem. It was like if the person who's at most to fault, it's Wemby.
Yeah.
Situation where both made mistakes and that he just made the more critical one because actually the Knicks were up at first and they made a series of mistakes back to back.
I heard someone talk about it. I heard someone talk about that last play or one of the last plays of turnover, and it was like there are mistakes, but Russ, you're muted.
I think he's muting on purpose.
Okay, he's muted on purpose. Sorry, but like I heard someone say, like there's making mistakes in a game, and then there's making an error, and an error completely costs you the game. I think that was an error.
Yeah.
I said
my heart was in my fucking throat. I had my phone at the TV.
I think what made the turnover worse was I was ready to the immediate Wemby foul on Brunson is what really was the worst part about that.
Exactly. Like you all feel like Wemby. You feel like
absolutely because in all technicality, that was the game winner. Brunson making one free throw was the game winner.
One free,
It's not like Brunson was cooking. No,
he wasn't.
Brunson was 7 for 25.
Everyone on the floor was.
Brunson was not cooking. I love Brunson. He was not cooking. I got Brunson right there.
Like I said, Shout out to him getting a couple easy steals in the past.
He was missing open shots. He was missing open shots.
I have a. I have a.
It was bad.
I have an interesting stat line, by the way. I saw this on. I think it was from the Stat Muse account. They have me blocked. I don't know how I saw this tweet, but there are 4 guards in finals history. I'll explain why in a minute. There are 4 fouls. There are 4 people in finals history, 4 guards, to have a 25, 5, and 5 game. And do you guys want to guess the 3 guards? Well, I mean, if you saw it, you 2 want to guess?
Yeah, I won't say it. I won't say it.
I'm gonna go. You said how many guards?
4, counting Brunson, so 3 others.
25, 5, what?
20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals at least.
Okay, Michael Jordan.
Like a 20.5 by 5.
Jordan is one of them.
Stockton. I'm going
Kobe?
John Stockton, Michael Jordan, and
Kobe.
I'll use my Kobe Bryant. That's probably the wrong one though.
It was Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, Rajon Rondo.
Okay,
and
that
Jalen
makes
Brunson.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
By the way,
sense.
Rondo's a Hall of Famer, by the way. I want to push that pro.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Rondo's definitely a Hall of Famer. Are you kidding me? Yeah, absolutely.
Some people argue against it. I think that's bullshit. Rondo's a
Dennis
Hall of Famer.
Schroeder's a Hall of Famer. Let's talk about that. Dennis Schroeder's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Off
Yeah.
of international achievements? Absolutely.
A lot of people forget. Yeah, a lot of people forget international play is definitely allowed.
And honestly,
hell yeah.
And honestly, if we're talking about like because the NBA Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame has an ambassador wing, right?
I think so.
Believe so.
And the thing is,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Your entire career into account.
Okay, well, this doesn't have anything to do with his actual career, or like at least not what happened on the court. But if they do have an ambassador ring, depending on how lengthy it is, get Jason Collins in the Hall of Fame. It'll never happen though. It'll never happen. It'll never happen.
Going with that. Hey, that long explanation. I know where he was going with that. I didn't know who he was about to say.
No. Because Russ, you like to farm reactions. You like to farm reactions, and I wanted to explain everything before I said Jason Collins. But Jason Collins should be in there.
That was the craziest.
So he's a clip
that was
farmer.
The craziest thing just with Jason Collins. That was like a cold take. Hey. Editor,
I've never heard that before. I've never heard the only time I heard it. The only time I heard it is when a TMZ guy asked Kenny Smith, and Kenny was like, "No, that's a disgrace to the Hall of Fame or something." I don't know, whatever he said, whatever.
Well, at the same time, so that's probably a situation where I don't even think Kenny was being the H word. I don't think he was doing that. I think he was just speaking to Jason Collins' game, and Jason Collins' game is probably extremely mundane, of course. Even for the Hall of Fame standards.
Yeah.
That also does minimize the obvious impact that Jason Collins has on it.
He wouldn't be in there as a player.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be in there as a player. He wouldn't be in there as a player. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So I don't know if it would be called ambassador or how you would do it, but I wouldn't be surprised either way if he does or never makes it.
Shout out,
especially now with his passing. But like I said, it's not something that like I automatically think will happen. I'm not really sure.
I don't think it will.
Like
I don't think it will.
Get in there. You don't think it will? You said?
No, I don't think it will. I think the league is too
I don't know. I think right now when someone passes, it does give you a boost in that, and it's a little nasty to say, but
that is true.
Especially him passing, semi like I'm not saying quickly, but like young. Like he was
definitely young
for passing.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I could definitely see it pushing it. And you never know. Like I said, hopefully it does though, for his sake and his
shout out.
I hope it does.
And it'll still be more prestigious than the Warrior Award. You guys know about that. Yeah, it'll be more prestigious than the
Titus O'Neil.
Yeah. Titus O'Neil.
Oh my god! Why he did win that? Wasn't he the last one to win that?
Yeah, he was the last guy to win that. Well, why are you going to Vince's birthday party, man? He don't like you. So stupid. Yeah.
Remember when he hugged? But to get back on the series, I feel like one person that was hilarious. Almost got fired. But to get back to the series, I feel like one unsung hero that should be getting more credit is Mikal Bridges. Yeah. Like other than his 20-point game, his defense has been destroying these Spurs guards. Like I saw, there was a stat. I think like every person he's guarded, I think Fox has been the best when he's like 1 or 2 for 14. And when Mikal Bridges is his primary defender, like he has been locking up everyone he's been on. Like he is defending at like his second year, like second and DPOY level run right now.
Yeah.
Like he's just fully locked in.
Mikel hasn't defended this well since like the Suns, like when he was like a defender, when he was like
Probably
there
not.
to be a defender.
No, probably not, because when he went to the Nets, he did what a lot of players do when they want to become better offensive players. They take a step away from defense, and he's really reverted back to Suns form, I would say, this series. Throughout the playoffs, from game
I feel like
game four onwards,
he found a happy medium.
He has found a medium.
I think so.
I feel like he found the happy medium between Nets and Suns.
He's not as good at Suns defense, but he's good enough for sure. He's still I would never call him really bad at defense, but I'm glad that he had a lot of really good shots in that second and third quarter. Kept y'all afloat, kept y'all fighting. Like
end of the second, when we had
that
all bench lineup when Cat got those fouls.
I don't think he's ever missed a baseline fadeaway. I don't think he's missed one. I don't think he's ever missed one. That shot's automatic. You know, the one going through doing the Nash move under the basket and then shooting the fadeaway? Him and TJ McConnell are automatic at that. It's incredible how good they are. Like, man,
and his release point is so high.
So high.
Even for a guy like Wemby, it's kind of hard. It's harder for him to contest than most jumpers.
Yeah, I don't know. Y'all probably
long and awkward in a way. Not in a bad, awkward way, but it's just kind of I look at it the same way as like Amanu Ginobili. There are people that have that weird off rhythm,
flailing arms.
Like it's not aesthetically pleasing.
Because Manu was not.
Rhythm, it's a bad off rhythm. Some people when they're off rhythm, they're like, and like fighting like Israel Adesanya, they know when they can actually just beat you because you're waiting for a regular timed rhythm, and no, they're actually going to beat you the same way. That's why Ginobili's step backs and his Euro steps are so nasty.
Shout out to Ariel Hukporti being a great Embiid defender because he's not smart enough to recognize any of Embiid's fakes and anything. He just keeps his hands up no matter what.
Yeah.
I saw somebody had that tweet ready in the drafts for Hukporti guarding Wemby. They just changed it from Embiid to Wemby, and they haven't gotten the chance to use it yet.
I saw that.
I do got a question for the coalition. Who's everyone's hero and zero of the series for both teams?
The hero for me is Cat for the Knicks, and the zero is honestly is it Jalen Brunson? Is the zero Jalen Brunson? I don't know.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't know. I don't know.
For game one alone, I wouldn't say it was
Jalen. No, he did win them that game one.
Game one was not good.
Because for what
game one wasn't good, but he showed up when it mattered most. I wouldn't say that
did. Exactly.
I wouldn't say that.
And that's kind of what I feel like. That's what's going to mostly be his role this series, unless they do end up moving Wemby onto Hart. I feel like this is just going to end up being a Cat series, and Brunson just kind of picking and choosing his spots, and then clutch time, doing what Jalen Brunson does best.
I'll say that. So, what
about
Knicks
who would be a zero?
Y'all have y'all hero and y'all zero for both teams.
Well, who is the zero for the Knicks then? If it's not Brunson, who is it?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's really hard.
I'm sorry. I know that sounds nasty.
I feel
think it's gotta be Brunson.
I don't think it's. I would say, and I love this player. I have his jersey and everything. I think it would probably be Deuce McBride. I think he's been out of every rotation player, he's probably been the one who hasn't done the most. Like he's kind of been the more forgetful one.
We hating on the bank shot. That's crazy. You're better than that, Moss. I've known you for 2 hours.
It's so hard because everyone's doing so well. Yeah. It's kind of impossible to have a zero on this team right now, which is crazy to say.
True. I don't know. I will say.
Josh Hart.
I will say though, Josh
Hart's only made one field goal this series, and he's Cat by far. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I really don't know who I would say.
And then I feel the Spurs.
I really wouldn't say Bronson. I don't know. Like I don't even think again. Like I don't know. Like I can't tell if it's bias or like if he really isn't playing that bad.
Yeah. But for the Spurs, I think it's easy for me to pick.
The hero is Dylan Harper. The hero is Dylan Harper.
Dylan Harper, and I think the zero is Keldon Johnson. I think the zero for sure is Keldon Johnson.
Oh yeah, Keldon.
And he should not be getting rotation minutes anymore in the rest of the series.
It's a mix between Keldon Johnson.
I was actually going to say Luke Cornett. Because
it's a mix between Keldon Johnson and Luke Cornett.
His job is so simple. You don't even have to play that many minutes. And I think half of his minutes he'll play with Wemby as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Some of your minutes aren't even Wemby rest minutes.
Like,
some of your minutes are with him. And that's
you're
I'm not getting from him. Shout out to those handful of free throws. Shout out to the handful of free throws.
Like, Keldon Johnson's unreliable at times, but like at least if you kick the ball to him, he'll do one or two things. With Luke Cornett, he's a liability as soon as Wemby.
Yeah, Luke Cornett's not a good NBA player.
That's fair. Yeah,
Luke Cornett's not a good NBA player. Yeah, no. And I mean,
now I could hear the same way I could hear the Jalen Brunson 0. I could hear the Wemby 0 as well.
I don't think so.
I think they're two games that mirrored each other in the worst way. So the way
absolutely
had a whole bad game and he won it for them in the end. Wemby actually was super passive, and I thought it was going to be a terrible game for him last night. And then
he turned it up in the fourth. Started killing.
It was the third and the fourth. And he was turning up and he was doing a lot of things.
Yeah, it was when Cat got those fouls.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, as soon as I thought, oh wow, the Knicks choked this away.
Nope. Then he did that.
He did one of the dumbest things I've seen in a finals since.
I think the second dumbest thing, the JR.
Shout out 00.
I think the only reason I wouldn't put Wemby there is because his defensive impact is still so significant.
Yeah, he's doing something.
That's why he's not mine. I said I would be willing to hear it.
The thing is,
okay.
The thing is with Wemby, you know, even if he's doing jack shit on offense, he's still the best defender in the game. With Keldon Johnson, if he's not doing anything, you know, he's at least getting to the rim. Now, is he converting at the rim? I don't know, but he's getting to the rim. He's getting there. And Luke Cornett does not do anything. He does nothing.
No.
Luke Cornett does not do anything. He's not a positive on offense. Yeah. What does he even do? He's not a positive on offense or defense. Like, man, it's terrible. Like, jeez, it's awful. I can name so many backup centers of the past few years that would have done a better job than Luke Cornett. Get Todd McCullough in here.
Can I get Ian Mahinmi, please?
You know what? Give me Jason Collins. Give me Jason Collins as a backup. Give me Jason Collins as a backup.
I know, like, if this series does end up being over in the next 2 to 3 games and the Spurs do end up losing, their first thing the two first things they'll do is find a Luke Cornett replacement and get a big wing, because I think that's also been one of their big struggles against the Knicks. They do not have big wings.
No, I will say. No, he's not leaving. He's not leaving. You saw that Cal Shead. He's not leaving. He's not leaving.
I think he'll leave, but I don't think he's leaving.
To say he wouldn't fit is, I think, asinine.
The only reason I say he wouldn't fit is because.
Hold on. If you trade off De'Aaron Fox.
I'm sorry, I zoned out. Who wouldn't fit?
Giannis.
What's that?
Giannis.
If you trade off,
I think he would fit.
De'Aaron Fox, not because he's bad, but we're consolidating here. We already have some good young guards. This is a consolidation move. It's not because De'Aaron Fox is bad. He actually played well last night. You get rid of like De'Aaron Fox, Keldon Johnson, and Luke Cornett. Whatever you need to do to make that money work. De'Aaron Fox is the main piece plus the other stuff. And then get Giannis. You start Giannis at the 4. Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper.
Yeah.
And
Champagny.
Maybe it's gotta be Devin Vassell. So actually Champagny might get moved as well. But
I wouldn't move him. I don't know. I don't know if I'd move him.
I think the only reason I would go against it is because all those players, their games is going to the rim, and Wemby's not a reliable shooter yet. Harper is. He's got a lot better. Castle is not, and he could become over the offseason, but it would just be a very major spacing issue. And we know with Giannis wants the ball in his hands. He does not like to play off ball.
I have a question before I mention the guy that I want them to get. I have a question.
For sure.
Do they have podcast mics in San Antonio? Do they have podcast mics in San Antonio?
If this is the player I believe you're talking about.
Wait. Do they have now this series, Wemby's been, he hasn't been getting in the paint. Whenever he does, paint is crowded, and he hasn't been able to kick it out as much. The Spurs have a total of 2 good shooters on their team, and that's Vassell and that's what's his name? Champagny, right? Now, Can
I
we
would put Harper
think
in that category too, though. To be fair.
halfway?
Okay.
Can we think of a bailout 3-point shooter who can also get it his way with the clock running out, who also should not be trusted around podcast mics?
No, he's talking about MPJ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Talking about
That is something I want to see.
Oh, I thought you were
That
talking
is
about Paul
something.
George, honestly.
I thought he was talking about Paul George as well. I first thought about Paul George.
No, I don't. Nah.
Hold on, we just said he needs. Hold on, we just said he needs help with the big man, and then you gave him MPJ. What are we doing? We went
I don't
opposite
know.
direction.
I think MPJ would help him in terms of shooting. If Castle doesn't get his jumper all the way up, if Harper doesn't,
I feel like if you
not
move
Wemby,
off
but
of Fox, I feel like
You just need to
MPJ
do-
would be a
But you're
good trade, and then you
failing
get
to
a big on the
like
market.
Champagny and Vassell are consistent back there. They hitting that thing.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
they
to be
would
fair,
benefit.
Michael Porter Jr. He's not a slouch defensively, especially for his
He's
size.
not.
He's a good
He's not.
big body wing.
And he
Like
passes
in an
now
ideal
too.
world, I do think Michael Porter Jr. would be a really great option.
And he passes. Don't forget that he passes now too. He passes the ball now.
Yeah,
He led
those 3 assists a game, career high.
He led them in assists. Shout out Shelvin Mack.
But when I said Cam Thomas did it,
You know what?
crucified.
That I just realized. Yeah, I think he'd probably be the worst type of player to have in that Spurs offensive system. They would hate him in a pass first offense.
He would have to buy in.
Yeah, nah,
he would have to buy in. He would have to buy in.
Give me Giannis over there. If it's Giannis or KPJ, buy into the Giannis.
Well, yeah. Obviously, that's hydrogen bomb or coughing baby. That's hydrogen bomb or coughing
I'm not
baby.
even talking about how good Giannis is. I would rather have that skill set wise, especially because if you put Giannis and Wemby together defensively, I don't know how many teams can score over 95 on them consistently.
It's just I think with their offense, it would just be really, really clogged up. I think that would be the big issue.
Russ, I know he's making like $85 million and he has a trade kicker. Do you think Miles Turner would be good alongside Wemby?
He could, but he'd probably be off the bench, or he could start or be off the bench.
I was about to say I don't think you could play those two together.
I could see it going either way. Like Mitch could do it either way. And I've seen Miles Turner play double big before, back with the Sabonis days.
Yeah,
it's
of course.
been a while since he's
but it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. They didn't fit.
And at least a Sabonis, he's a pass first type of player. Neither Wemby or Turner are pass first type of players.
We got to start thinking. We got to start thinking of guys then. Like who else? Because the Giannis thing.
That's why I'd rather have Giannis though, because I don't want to put another fast and flexible big like Miles. I want somebody with some strength, some girth.
Honestly, if I was to find like the perfect backup big, I would call Detroit, unless he's a free agent, but I would call Detroit on Paul Reed.
Yeah, Paul Reed, B-ball. Yeah. Paul Reed would be good.
I think B-ball Paul would be the perfect type of backup big for the Spurs.
We rely on our dynasty on Paul Reed. Shout out Paul Reed, man.
I mean, he's better than Luke Barnett. He's better than.
He was their best center.
He was their best center.
That is not a Paul Reed compliment. That is a Jalen Duren insult.
It's both. It can be both.
Hey man. The fellow Knicks fans in here know B-ball Paul is unironically he be like that sometimes, bro. I don't know why, but every time we play the Detroit Pistons, B-ball Paul would kill us.
Sometimes.
He does do it sometimes.
This is not Paul Reed hate statement, but I'll be honest. If my Pacers can't sneak Jonathan Isaac away from the Magic from hell over there.
Oh my God! Can we stop talking about Jonathan Isaac? Name me one thing he does on offense. Jonathan Isaac is not.
He used to be a decent. He used to be a decent 3-ball shooter.
Now he's not that.
He's actually an amazing defender. That's why.
He is an amazing defender.
He's just a one-way player.
You haven't played that 6-ring game. That's why he's low key one of the cheapest choices you can get to get like a plus 8 net rating out of a player.
I know.
Yeah, but
I know he's
one of the best. He only plays like 10 minutes. He can only play like 10 minutes a game.
Yeah. No, because that's the thing. That's the thing in Orlando. He was a relief pitcher in Orlando, pretty much. He would in the final four in the fourth.
I don't need you to do too much. I have Shohei Ohtani. Move. I don't need you.
Keep him away. Keep him away from anywhere in Indiana outside of Knapp and Gary. Keep him away from anywhere there outside of Knapp and Gary.
And
Do
keep
not-
him away
do
from
not-
the Knicks too. Him and Mitchell Robinson are
come
gonna
on.
do something devious to my fucking locker room.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine. Brother, you can be distracted out there. I just need you for 12 minutes, maybe 15 in like 4 playoff games. Outside of that,
I don't
care what you do.
He's
I don't care if
so
you're
bad
trying
on
to do
offense, though. He's so bad on offense.
I
He's
have
so
the best.
bad.
I have the best playmaker in the game, or do you not believe in it, nephew?
If Tyrese Halliburton makes Jonathan Isaac into a serviceable offensive player, give him his Hall of Fame ring right now. Put it in his hand. Put it in my hand. I will give it to him. I will give it to him.
Think about how many beautiful shots he's set up.
He'll find some easy shots for him.
Shepherd for.
Ben Shepherd. That is true. Ben Shepherd is the offensive equivalent of nothing.
He gets make enough. Like I said,
I mean,
hey, man. Shout out Ben Shepherd.
would you rather have Isaac or Chris Middleton?
Jonathan Isaac.
Okay. Now, what's the most you pay for him?
What's the most I pay for him? What's the most?
Yeah, $4 million.
Maybe like 10. That's like the most I'll probably go.
It can't
Because I know I'm not
be
going to get
minimum.
Like I said, I only need him as a relief guy. Like you're coming in to make Zoo and Pascal's job easier, and even J Huff. J Huff is going to get more minutes than you.
Yeah,
Probably say like 7 for
seven.
Isaac.
Yeah, 7 or 8 or something.
7 is
I
nice.
honestly, I don't know. I don't think I'd pay him more than the vet minimum. Honestly, like if he doesn't accept the vet minimum, like, hey, man, all right, have fun somewhere else. If you can't get somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, leverage is in our hands. The leverage is in our hands.
I mean,
So-
he has elite value defensively. That's the thing. But also at the same time, you could also argue he don't love the game. So
He might not. He might
Yeah.
not. He might just love. Yeah, don't get him near Mitchell Robinson, please. Please don't get him. What's the name? What's the name
the
of your?
whole locker room's
What's,
gonna get indoctrinated. If
what's the name of your energy drink, Russ? Show it to the camera. What's the name of the energy drink? What's the name of the energy drink?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah, ultra wild passion.
ultra
Yeah,
wild
do not.
Hey, shout out to how Mr. Robinson feels about Agent 47.
Well, let's talk about that. Yeah, I think that might be the main reason why I have y'all losing on Monday. That might be the main reason. That's too much bad mojo. That's too much.
Hey, man, that's why we got Big Zoran. Big Zoran's coming there to alleviate the pressure of Donald Trump's energy.
I have the Knicks losing on Monday. The Spurs aren't getting swept. People are telling me, congrats to the Knicks. They're gonna sweep.
I don't think the Spurs are getting swept.
No, they're not.
But
I also didn't think they were going to lose these 2 in a row right here.
I don't know. I don't think the Spurs are going to be able to handle this crowd. Like, I genuinely don't think they're going to be able to handle the MSG atmosphere, because it is. I think it's going to be
this MSG atmosphere
most energized arena in NBA history on Monday. Like, it's going to be something we have never seen in the NBA. How loud that crowd's going to be, how like antagonizing they will be to any Spurs player that touches a basketball, especially Victor Wembanyama.
You mean the people outside the arena that can't afford to get in?
So what you're saying is only special players can perform out there at MSG. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That is interesting information. I never really thought about that.
So are you saying that this next 2 games we'll see if Wemby's a man or a mouse? Is that what you're saying?
Genuinely, yeah. I really do think this will define how he is viewed for the next. Barring him winning a title, if he wins a title next year, then everything will be alleviated. But I genuinely do think this next 2 games, if he does fold, it will be like how LeBron was viewed after 2011 for a while. Like, it will be held against him for a very long time.
I don't think it'll be like that. I think
2007
with the Spurs in general, win or lose, I think they're kind of playing with house money at this point. They're a very young team. They're going through a really deep playoff run that they probably didn't even expect to do at this point.
No, they didn't.
They went through some, and I was gonna say some pretty tough competition. The Blazers and an injured Timberwolves team. You could say whatever you want, but even with the injuries, OKC is still a really damn tough team.
Yeah. And I will say, you guys are not
And they
one
took
to
them-
talk
yeah.
about tough competition. You guys are not one
Yeah.
to talk about tough competition. Yeah.
No, but they're beating the fuck out
Oh,
of
for
those
sure,
guys.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true.
That's
These
Like
two
if they were
games.
my
winning these
biggest
games,
pushback.
if they were
dominated.
beating if they were beating the Sixers and the Cavs and the Hawks by like 1 point or 2 points or 3 points, then it's like yeah, but they're winning by like 30. Now, don't ask about the Spurs.
I think like they said the average win, like the average point differential on our wins has been like 20. Like we have every game. If you did our averages, it would be we beat every team by 20.
Statistically, we win in the.
Yeah, analytically.
Statistically and
analytically, the
and
series is tied
physically.
going to MSG right now.
We couldn't get to it.
But I will say, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Do not count your chickens before they hatch, because if that was the case, the Indiana Pacers.
I am refusing.
The Indiana Pacers.
Like I've had friends call me and be like, "How are you feeling right now?" I'm like, I am not going to feel anything until I see that Larry O'Brien being held up.
I felt
After
something.
you hear
I
0-0.
will not be saying anything.
I will say I felt something after game 1. I felt relief after game 2, but
You want to elaborate on that something?
They almost fucking blew it. That's why I felt over.
Yeah.
Game
but I will say,
I was legit. It was
the refs wanted the Spurs to win. That was one of the worst call games I've ever seen in my fucking.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
it was terrible. I'm a hater, but I'm impartial.
The OG non-call that had to get challenged was one of the worst no calls I have seen.
Terrible.
In the finals in a very long time.
Terrible. That was the first time the Knicks were actually screwed over by officiating, because again, the first 3 quarters the first 3 rounds it didn't matter because they were just spanking them. Move that hand, spanking them. Yeah. But I will say again, they could do it to y'all in the next 2 games. You never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
They absolutely could. Again, I think they're winning on Monday. I don't think they let themselves go. If they go down 3-0, I'm not even gonna start celebrating. Knowing my luck, the Knicks will be the first team to blow a 3 up.
That's exactly how I felt with the Cleveland series. I was like, I'm not celebrating until I see 4-0.
I don't know. I feel like you could have celebrated after that game 1 after how they lost. You could have started celebrating.
With Cleveland, it was a little different because you could tell in the final 2 minutes of game 3, they gave up on the series. When they let Brunson go in for that layup, it was over.
That is true.
No, I will say.
But Donovan Mitchell won in life, though, so it's okay.
Yeah, he won in life.
True.
No, I will. And Wemby doesn't drink soda, so he won.
Yeah, he doesn't give it to the kids. I will say, though, I do think the Knicks will win on Wednesday, because I just think the crowd in the atmosphere will be too much. Like, it'll be too much of a shell shock. And one thing about the Knicks, they are a team that loves to feed. That's why like they've been so good on the road, because of how much the fans have traveled. Like, you heard it in game 1 and 2.
It's a masterclass. It's a masterclass by super evil villain James Dolan by making the Knicks tickets more expensive than a 2002 Toyota Highlander. He can make it so that the Knicks fans, it'll be cheaper for Knicks fans to get a plane ticket to another city and go to their games. I think somebody did the math. It is cheaper to get a round trip, a hotel,
I think they said
pay for food, and
go to both games.
I will say, I'm very I think we talked about this last week. I'm very surprised by the outcome of how many Knicks fans are showing up to these Spurs games.
I'm not really. I mean, they took over the Cavs arena too.
Besides what he said, the Knicks teams are a slightly more popular team across the country than a lot of teams.
Well, now they are. Well, now they are, because people are bandwagons. Now they are. People are bandwagons.
But, like, even just in general, big market, one of the one of the biggest, if not arguably the biggest. So it's like, they're always going to have like a big.
It helps that New York, like, their average income is usually higher than like every other state, so they like can afford it more likely. Because of how expensive it is in New York to live, like, you have to make more money to survive.
If a Knicks fan starts. If a Knicks fan starts coming up to you and starts celebrating, ask them what their favorite Anthony Early highlight was, and see if they can answer that. Then,
the one outside the street.
That's how I feel every time I see like Tyleel or someone like that on the timeline, just celebrating like they've been the whole time.
Yeah, it's a
like,
Stephen A.
You didn't have to have lunch debate. You didn't have to have lunchroom debates of how Alonzo Trier was going to be a future All-Star player in the league.
I was a big Alonzo Trier
stuff like that. Thinking the lunch, bro. I was so shocked when we didn't bring him back after his rookie year until I found
Shout
out
out-
like he was, I guess, like a very bad
No,
locker
I
room
think
cancer.
I think he played. I think he played 2 years for the Knicks.
20 games. I think he played 20 games in
I
that
swear to
second
God, it was
year,
only his rookie.
and then he got cut. No.
Okay.
Yeah. What do y'all think of Skip Bayless now being a Knicks fan, even though he's been an open Spurs fan for the past few years, and
Well,
only really
I
was
like
because of
Skip-
Kawhi?
I like Skip Bayless because he's a fucking
I-
idiot, so I don't mind.
Yeah.
I think Skip has just realized that he has found his next LeBron James and Victor
Wemby.
Wembanyama, and he has pounced on the
Mhm.
opportunity.
No, I know.
Did-
I noticed that when I read one of his tweets last night, just shitting on Wembanyama. I was like, that's his new cash cow.
I mean, he called. I mean, he
Yeah.
said he's. I mean, he said he called Wemby the humanoid, which is.
Exactly. That's when
Kinda.
I was like, yeah, he found it.
He still,
I was
That's
like,
kinda
he
fun.
he still has a
back.
fastball. He still.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely still has his fastball.
Playoff PEE. That was pretty recent.
Oh yeah, playoff P was Like Skip Bayless has fallen off, but hey man, he still got that fastball every once in a while that reminds you, oh yeah, this dude was one of the greatest haters we've ever seen in sports.
One of the greatest. I mean, he was he was what's it called? He was a Spurs fan when they were playing the Heat and LeBron, and then he went to being a Warriors fan when when the Cavs were playing the Warriors, and then I think he was a Heat fan for the Lakers series, the finals, and then he was a fan of whatever
he became
team.
a Bronny fan just to hate on his dad. Like this is some generational stuff we have seen.
It's
Like you
so
know how much
funny.
you gotta hate on someone to root for their kid and saying you're holding their kid back because you're just that much of a shit person.
And it's so funny because with Skip's hating, I will say he doesn't cross a line with it. Like remember when people were getting mad
Yeah, he
at
never gets
LeBron?
personal.
Yeah, no, never. Like remember when people were getting mad at LeBron for dunking at Bronny's like high school game, like in the warm-ups, right? And then
Yeah.
and then Skip started defending LeBron. He's like, I wish my father was that cool. I wish my father was like that. I actually did respect him a lot for that. But he never gets to the Stephen A part where he's like, as a father, I'm telling you, please stop.
Yeah.
No, he never does the fucking mob boss shit too, where it's just
Yeah.
like,
Well,
I know the people who sign you checks.
It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal.
It's nothing personal.
Bro, that's how I feel.
like
That's
you.
how I feel about Stephen A. with the McHale take he had in the playoffs, like where he's like all the first 5-round picks and all that. Like he'll still bring it up, and it's like, bro, we are 2 games away from an NBA championship. I think we can all agree at this point that the trade worked out for us. Like, I don't think, like, you can say what you want about 5 picks. We're gonna win if we have a chance. Let me reiterate. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
I stopped giving a rat's ass
Exactly.
about 5 picks when Sean Marks actually picked 5 players last year.
Yeah,
And 60% of them suck.
And where were 3 of
Yeah.
them from? And where were 3 of them from?
Yeah. They're from,
no, I think
they're
only
from
one
the
of them was actually
motherland.
Israeli. I think the other 2 just played for their
No.
national team.
No, it just so happens that they have 3 or 4 of the top 35 voted players for All-Star voting. Just an interesting coincidence.
And is it
Shout out
just
to All-Star fans. Anybody that knows me and how I talk about hoops, everybody knows I love All-Star selections. It's what I value most in NBA players. I think All-Star selections are so important. They actually determine who's the best. The GOAT is whoever has the most All-Star selections.
Unrelated,
I mean,
Danny Wolf, he needs an All-Star selection next year. That spot was promised to him 3,000 years ago.
shout out to
You had to say that. You just had to say the name.
I'm a healthy human being. I'm not suicidal. I would say I'm drinking water. I am not though.
you know the funny part is out of those 5 picks, one of them was good. Igor Demin is actually solid, but he's the only one.
Yeah,
He's
Igor
the only one.
Demin he had a really good second half of his season before.
And then they got the 7th pick of the draft, so you're probably just gonna draft another Igor Demin level player, and you don't have your pick next year. What do you do? What do you do?
Yeah,
The funniest part.
Yeah,
the funniest part of that whole thing too with Stephen A was just him talking about how he deserves credit for the next step in their game up. Danhausen deserves more credit than you do, bro.
Yeah, Danhausen.
I would build Danhausen a statue before I even say an ounce of credit to Stephen A. Smith for anything he's done.
Do you think he'll get a ring? Do you think Danhausen will get a ring?
He should.
He should. And I'm so I don't even like WWE
I'd give him a
anymore.
ring.
I don't watch WWE or anything, but that man Danhausen is a god in this household. If anyone disrespects Danhausen around me, no, you cannot disrespect Danhausen around me.
Well,
This man is a legend in my household.
I will say you don't watch WWE. Do you respect the hustle for Danhausen with just going there, not wrestling at all, and just getting his bag? You gotta respect the hustle.
He is the most WWE wrestler ever. Like he is the most WWE guy they could have got. Like he fits there like a glove. I'm not surprised he's blown up the way he is.
Absolutely. Not a wrestler? Is that what you're saying? Not a wrestler? That's what they love?
Yeah, he's an entertainer. That man's an entertainer. And hey, man, he is damn good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, what else was I gonna say? What else was it? Damn, that went on for a while.
We went on for a little while.
One thing I brought it up earlier, but I am so excited to see the crowd at Game 3 and just how the city is going to react to the first finals game since '99.
I would say I think that Game 3 crowd is going to be a little bit underwhelming because of him. I think the Game 4 crowd is going to be good. Because that Game 3, bro, they're screening people like TSA, saying they got to get to the arena 2 hours early. I feel like the crowd is going to be kind of a bit underwhelming, but that Game 4 crowd is going to be really good. Unless he decides to show up again.
Man. It's the first finals game since '99, and we have a 2-0 lead.
Now, do you think he gets booed? Do you think he gets booed?
Yes, 100%.
He'll get booed.
100%. Yes.
Okay. So it's not like a Miami thing.
He'll get booed, or he'll get audible boos at least. Even if it's not 100%, he'll get the majority.
Yeah.
New York's blue. New York's blue, but there's a pretty surprising amount of MAGA there.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll? So you don't think it'll be like a UFC thing? You don't think it'll be like a UFC thing where he's getting cheered?
Not in the slightest.
No. Not
now, what I am
not overwhelmingly,
to see,
anyways.
What I am interested to see with that
is the reaction might surprise you a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm not expecting like a full force hate, but what I am interested to see is how much, if at all, ESPN shows him during the game.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will.
That's what I'm interested in.
Do they risk that?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
I think they'll show him at least once because everyone knows he's going to be at the game. So I think he gets shown at minimum. He's going to be shown once.
Do you think they'll show?
Know how much?
Do you think they'll show it when it's like all the stars are out in Celebrity Row in New York City? Whenever Mike Breen says
that's what I'm thinking. I think they'll do that.
Yeah, and that's where the Spurs go on that 20-0 run. Got it. There you go.
Okay.
I mean, I think they lose that Game 3 either way. Until Mitchell Robinson does what?
I really do think the Knicks. I think the Knicks are going to win Game 3. Like I haven't predicted really any of the games, but I really do think Game 3 the Knicks will be winning. I don't know if it'll be close or comfortable, but I really do think the Knicks are going to win that game.
I think unless the Spurs roll over and die, the Knicks will lose Game 3. I think the Knicks will win Game 4. I think the Spurs will win Game 5, and then the Knicks close it out at home in Game 6. I think that's my prediction for the finals. Knicks in 6.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. Knicks in 6.
I think it might be Knicks in 5 now with because I don't. Both of them is just such a defeating thing, and I'll have to see with Game 3, but I just think that crowd is going to really fuck with the Spurs mentally. Like
I think if the Knicks do pull it out on Monday, it will be Knicks in 5. But I think otherwise 6.
Yeah. Now I will say if the Knicks, go ahead, Russ.
Mine's already cooked. I said Spurs in 5 originally, so.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
I was thinking about that yesterday after the game. I was thinking about
that. I wasn't buying that.
So it's now Spurs in 6 until that goes away. Then Spurs in 7.
Fairs.
But I don't know. Like it's nothing against the Knicks, and not even really trying to lose the Spurs. It is extremely difficult to beat a team 3 times in a row. That's been proven across the regular season, across the playoffs. When you get that much, when a team gets to game plan against you for that long, you got to give credit to the team that can pull off 3 wins in a row, no matter what the scorecard says at that time. Mm-hmm. Whether you're down 3-1, whether you're down 2-0, doesn't matter. Wherever you're at, if you can beat a team 3 times in a row, that is an impressive feat at any point. So if the Knicks do that, at that point, I might even just give them, hey, you got it. It might be a sweep time.
I mean,
it might just be 5. Beating them 3 times in a row would definitely prove something, especially if they
the one thing that
different than they had.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's also been good on our side is like we have not played with our food at all. And like
No,
since we've gone on this streak, like we have played like the most desperate team in the world. Like we've played like
absolutely.
we
Yeah,
were the team down 3-0 and we're trying to not get swept in a
it's zero.
series.
It's 0-0.
To be fair, to
Yeah.
be fair,
Yeah.
I have though, because both games, Spurs were in control of at least 60 to
Yeah.
75% of it. Not even like
Yeah.
being funny, just they were in control and they just lost it. Y'all just take it back every time. You put your head
Yeah.
down and just get it done.
Yeah, I would agree. But I
Teams
feel like
start to
that's
let their guards down.
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean,
Especially
the
like
Spurs have played with their food more than the Knicks have this
I feel like
series.
I feel like, and like this could even go back to the Cavs team, and it's honestly happened with even with the Celtics last year when teams play the Knicks. When they play any team, but when they play the Knicks specifically, they
This is
get
not
too
a Knicks
comfortable when they
specific
get a
thing.
lead. When they get a lead, they get too comfortable. It
No,
happens with a lot of teams. It's not just these teams in
I
particular.
I
You see it all the time.
I
Like,
will
teams just
say,
Yeah,
get too
I think it's
comfortable.
just with us. I think we just have a team full of players who refuse to die. Because Eric
mm,
Spoelstra said this. I don't remember when he said it. I think it was either this season or last season. But he said like the Knicks are the hardest team to beat because they just never admit when they're down. Like they never fold. They are a team that
right,
just
right.
loves to come back, and we've seen it
Hmm.
almost every year. Like Boston game 1 and 2, Cleveland game 1 for a game 1 against the Spurs. Like we are a team that is just until that down, not giving this basketball game in the
Yeah,
slightest.
absolutely. I mean, I will say it's hard to imagine that this is a sweep, but I probably be willing to bet that not a lot of people thought the '95 finals would be a sweep, and Hakeem and them got Orlando right out of the way quickly. Again,
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you lose two games in that fashion, it's very easy to just lose all hope. And it's going to be very telling what kind of Spurs team we see in game 3 on Monday, whether it's a Spurs team that's like, "Oh, we're getting beat up and we need to fight back," or whether it's a Spurs team that's going to transfer schools and just move on. You know?
Yeah,
We're
right.
going to see. We're going to
yeah.
see. And
I mean,
And
until
what I will
then,
say too is just I'm gonna expect. Oh, you're ending it. My fault.
no, I'm not ending it. Hell no.
Oh, my fault. I thought you were about to hit the outro. I was like, oh
No,
damn, my
no,
fault.
no, no.
I just interrupted
No,
your whole
no.
thing.
No, hell no.
But, okay, but what I was gonna say was I do expect the refs to be more pro Knicks in the home in these next 2 games. Like
But
I'm
why is
expecting a
that?
more favorable whistle for the Knicks.
I wonder why you
Just
would expect a
home court
favor.
advantage.
Oh, is it just because of home court advantage, not because of somebody who's going to be present? Okay, interesting. Interesting.
I mean,
Mm.
also,
Hey man, hey
I
man.
mean, who knows? Who knows?
If
Maybe Adam
if Big
Silver
Don can
wants.
do that, I'll let him slide for a few days.
Hey. The socialist act's cool until I get a bunch of money. The socialist act is
Hey
cool
man,
until I get
hey
that
man,
money.
hey man. I
If
don't
Mitchell
ask too
Robinson
much,
gets
but it
if
makes me
Mitchell
ring.
Robinson has a 2020, I don't know, man. There's not much I could say.
I mean, I feel the same way every time Saquon Barkley enters the end zone. So
But
hey,
yeah. Everyone
there.
has that one person you make an exception.
I don't
Yeah.
think is there anybody like that on the Pacers? I don't think now. No. Well,
I don't think anyone
no.
now.
I used to be like TJ McConnell. I'm watching you, but I don't think so. I don't think
I
so.
don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
No.
J Huff definitely not. I don't think J Huff is like that. He dunks too much. Yeah, nah. I think yeah he dunks too much. You can't be that athletic and be that.
No.
Hey man, yeah, be careful with Zubac. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't know. I do say the Slavs. You got to watch out for them. You got to watch out for the Slavs, the Croatians.
It's
Like a
gotta
lot of them,
be.
a lot of them do not ask them about like that section of the world politically because
Hey,
you are not gonna like what you want to. You're not.
No.
Jokic. Oh
Yeah.
no.
I, look. Let's not ask Jokic's family how they probably feel about people of color because I don't know if we're gonna like the answer
Let's
they
not
give
ask
us.
Jokic how he feels about people of color.
Let's not ask
Fair enough.
Jokic. Let's not ask Jokic how he feels about his brothers committing some certain acts in the past. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember that his brothers were all over the media a few years ago when the Nuggets were going on that championship run. I looked at them. I was like, I don't have a good feeling about this. No, you can't be that muscular and be on TV that much, and also be Slavic and not have skeletons in your closet. You know what I mean? I will.
Yeah.
I will say Jokic right wing grift arc when he retires is gonna go crazy. We're gonna see him on some where's he from? Serbian radio station, just spouting the most BS ever. He's gonna be the Wayne Gretzky of basketball.
No. Oh Jesus.
Is Wayne Gretzky
No, I
a
will say though,
grifter?
like,
He's a Trump
yeah,
supporter.
yeah,
He's a Trump
pretty
I don't
supporter.
even
bad.
I don't even watch hockey. So like when I'll hear Wayne Gretzky, I'll think about the episode of Everybody Hates Chris where like Drew got the jersey and it's like Gretzky.
Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like the most like fucking rip off jersey you ever seen.
Hey, shout out to
But
the rip
I
off
really do
jerseys.
think, especially if I think especially if the series does end in Madison Square Garden, I legitimately do not know how NYPD will be able to contain the chaos that will ensue in the city.
I
TikTok
mean,
shop.
I mean, I mean, I feel like after, like I said, Knicks, that just looks like a 1970s jersey, the one where they didn't
Yeah,
have the NBA
exactly.
logo.
Exactly. It
Yeah,
works. It's still a
It really
TikTok
yeah.
shop
is.
jersey. That's
But
27 bucks I've spent.
I think they're gonna have to. I think they're gonna have to control it because of him being there for Game 3 at least. Now, Game 4, if he's not there for Game 4, then yeah, the city's gonna go crazy. But as for Game 3, I think they're gonna be on high lockdown after the game, before the game, during
Oh,
the game.
I'm just talking about them winning if they win the title. Not winning game
Oh
three. I'm just
yeah,
talking about like if they hold the Larry OB.
oh yeah. Do you think he'll be there if they win
And
Game 3? Do you think he'll be there for Game 4?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, because if y'all
I don't
do,
think he'll definitely take credit for the win. He'll take
oh
credit for
yeah,
it, knowing who he is. He'll definitely
I
take
think
credit
he's
for it.
I
I think
can
he's
I
already
can
done that.
I could see them losing twice at the Garden and then Legion Hoops getting his shit off and I'll be like, bro, aren't you racist?
Oh man,
Oh
but
But
no.
if they do win game three, I'm immediately getting on a flight to New York and flying to the city because I have to be there for that. Because I was there
you're
for
just gonna.
opening night and that was electric, and I couldn't even imagine how it's going to be for a parade if it does occur.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got to go to the parade. Hell, knowing New York, they might charge to enter the parade, but you got to pay that fee. You got to pay that fee to go to
Shit.
the parade. If they
No,
charge,
well,
it
no, because
doesn't matter.
the city's the one that controls the parade. It's not the team. Like the
Ah,
city is the one that plans it all. Because I saw Zoran
oh,
be asked about it, and he's like, because I guess you have to do it in advance just for like precautionary. So he's like,
of
we've already have
course.
like some stuff set and like locations for people to be.
Okay, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. All right, great. Well,
Now, I
I
will
wish I
say
hope you.
though, Zoran Security is going to have to chain that man to the mayor mansion because you are going to see a drunk Zoran Mamdani right outside
Hey, he
MSG
doesn't drink. He
partying
doesn't
with
drink.
everyone else.
He doesn't drink. He doesn't
Oh
drink. He
shoot, I
doesn't.
forgot. That is true. That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot. I
yeah, yeah.
forgot.
Stop. Yeah,
But
no, no. Don't put that.
we
Don't
are
put that.
going to we are going to see a man so high on life with Arsenal winning the
Yeah.
Premier League and the Knicks winning a title in like a 2 month span. You are going to have to see a security detail pick him up like this and try to drag him back to the mayoral mansion before he gets
Oh
like
yeah.
trampled by a million Knicks fans.
Oh yeah. I'm sure that's his dream though, to get trampled by a million Knicks fans. I'm pretty sure he'd love that. He'd love that because
Oh
he's with his
yeah.
own people. Now, do you think he's gonna eat another burrito on the subway after that? Because he loves doing that too. Uh,
That hey man, if someone gives it to him, because he ain't gonna have to pay for nothing.
oh no, absolutely, absolutely. And I will say, it does suck if the Knicks win this championship because then Rick Brunson will become immortal in New York, and I don't want that. Because to hell with Rick Brunson.
What did
Acquitted.
Rick
Oh,
Brunson do to you?
Acquitted.
oh,
Acquitted.
ooh, no,
Oh,
no,
you don't
no,
know?
no. Yeah,
Do
you
you
don't know,
The
Russ?
glove did
You don't
not
know?
fit.
Do
The
you not
glove
know
did
about
not
the
fit.
Rick
The glove did
Brunson?
not fit.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rick was
yeah,
accused of the R word.
yeah.
I did not even know about. I
Yeah,
skipped that one, I guess.
it was like in 2011, 2013, I
Lord.
believe that was when it happened.
Did you see Moss, did you see that tweet where that one like Knicks Celtics fan who was like, remember when he was like, we need to come up for a new word for what Tatum does to the Sixers? Remember that? He did one of
Yeah.
those. He did one of those for what Brunson would do to the Spurs, and one of them was Brunson SA.
Oh man.
And somebody replied, "No, that's his dad, actually." Meet the
I will say
Brunsons.
though, if we do win this ring, Jalen Brunson will legitimately. I want to still give Clyde Frazier respect because I do see him right now as the greatest Knick of all time. But I genuinely do think if they win the ring, Jalen Brunson will be solidified as the greatest Knicks player to ever touch a basketball.
Now here's some.
I think it'll be between those two, and I think he'll be the greatest free agent signing of all time.
One of the
non-superstar,
definitely.
non like LeBron, Kevin Durant,
non-superstar.
Not like that, but
I will say,
based off of the value and like the fucking discourse around him.
Like that man will never have to pay for a thing in his life in New York City. Like they might throw him like penthouses for free, being like, "Who wants this penthouse?" All right, man. Yeah, here are the keys. Here.
I don't think any real estate person's gonna do too fucking.
Now I will say, does Cat go over Melo all time for the Knicks if they win this ring?
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially if he gets the Finals MVP. Especially if he gets the Finals MVP.
I think it's close now.
Good.
Yeah, I would say it's close. Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys have seen my Melo tweets. I'm not a big fan of how he's rated all time, especially as a Knick.
What I will ask, how many of the players' jerseys do you think will be retired from this core?
Okay,
I think Cat and Brunson are locks. Those are 100%.
Mikal probably. Mikal OG.
I would lock in the starting five, honestly.
Yeah, the whole starting five.
Honestly, and this might be crazy, I think Mitchell Robinson. Yeah. I think Mitchell Robinson will have his jersey retired.
Mitchell Robinson's played 9 years for this franchise.
He has.
He was there when Kevin Knox was the leader of the franchise.
The Fortnite jacket? Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Mitchell Robinson.
People forget he was in that draft class. He was in that draft class. He was just a second round pick.
Yeah, he was in the 2018 draft. I think he was the last NBA player ever to come from high school. He was the last high school player ever to come to the NBA. I think that's a fact.
Yeah, and it was like a weird loophole because he got injured. Because
he could play 5 years.
Never played a game.
There was
he played 5 years in high school. He played 5 years in high school.
It was like some weird loophole.
No, there was a thing like he opted to not go to college. I think he committed already to Western Kentucky, but then he opted out because he could do like this training camp thing. Like it was the same thing Kyrie Walker did.
Yeah, and it ended better for him than Kyrie Walker because
Kyrie Walker's going back to school.
He's going to
Billy
college.
Madison.
He's going to college. He's going to college. Yeah, I hate that rule so much.
Back to school.
But with that being, No. Continue.
Oh, no, I was just gonna practically say that I just think the starting five and Mitchell Robinson are winning the top, like would be retired in the rafters, kind of like how we did with the '73, like that core with like DeBusschere and all them got all retired.
Yeah.
Wait. Who got retired? It was Frazier. It was Reed,
DeBusschere, Willis, Willis.
Did Barnett get his retired? Did Barnett get his jersey retired?
Yes, Barnett's retired. And
Lucas?
then Ewing. I don't think Jerry Lucas is retired.
Bill Bradley? Did Bill Bradley get his retired? No, he was 11. No, he was 11. He was 11. That's Brunson. Yeah, no.
Yeah, the only other Knicks is Ewing and then Melo. Melo's practically confirmed to be retired. They just haven't announced it yet.
Yeah, and I guess that makes sense because I know y'all don't. I know. Why don't y'all retire Allen Houston's jersey yet?
Probably because since he wasn't the franchise guy and they never won a ring with him.
Yeah. I don't know. He was the best player on that finals team.
No, respect Sprewell. Sprewell deserves a lot of that credit. Sprewell was fucking amazing.
Okay, Houston was the leading scorer, but Sprewell was the better player, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's kind of like a Cat situation right now, where like Cat's like the one that looks the best, but like everyone kind of knows it's still Jalen Brunson's team.
So the entire starting lineup will probably get their number retired. I mean, it makes sense for a team that's hasn't had any dynasties. I mean, I wouldn't count 2 rings in 4 years of dynasty. Yeah, it makes sense for the entire starting lineup to get their numbers retired.
Only thing I want to bring up about that, I think a lot of people don't think about the logistics of retiring a bunch of numbers.
The team that you can obviously look to is a team like the Celtics, but they did that really early because they had a big dynasty early on, and they also had like a smaller one in the 80s.
Yeah.
And that's why you have people choosing nasty numbers like 68.
Yeah,
Because
65.
they get to that team, it's like they don't really care because like
I think the only thing that benefits with us is like the players we have, they don't really have popular numbers. I think Hart and OG are like the only ones with single digit numbers.
5 and 8.
well,
Like Mikhail has
it's not always
25.
just single digits though. 25
I
is
know.
not the craziest. That's fine.
Yeah, but a lot of people you don't wear 32.
Yeah, that's
most people. Yeah, 30, and then it's like 11 for Brunson. It's like that one. Yeah, a lot of people. But like even if we don't win a ring, 11's going in the rafters. Like that's
I mean,
confirmed.
the only guy I remember.
I think he will. I think even Cat will.
Yeah,
I can see the argument for Mitchell Robinson. Actually, the two that I'm not saying I want to debate, but I could see not going up would probably be Mikhail and OG. The only reason why is because they have the least tenure there.
Mm.
They had the least tenure, and especially because OG doesn't have any of the friendly connection. Whereas like, I see a situation where if they say we're not gonna not to say they won't retire Josh Hart, but if they don't bring it up first, Jalen Brunson's the type of guy who said, "Hey, I'm not gonna let you retire mine until you retire Josh's," because you know how they are. They're just like that. Their jersey retirement, I would be willing to bet $1. We'll be on the same
together.
night.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised by that.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason why I even kind of think Mikhail might be able to sneak in as well because of the friendship as well.
I would think OG would have a better case over Mikhail only for the fact his moments have been way louder than Mikhail, and like the fans. I think he's honestly, until this recent run for Cat, I would say that like OG was the second most popular player on this team by a good margin.
When they hated Cat, yeah, absolutely.
I'm not mad at that idea. I mean, he's actually my favorite player on y'all team. Probably it's either him or Josh Hart. It's either him or Josh Hart. We tried to steal OG. Shout out to that one clip of Tyrese and Pascal whispering to him.
I remember those reports because it was like y'all and the Warriors, and then we just like flew in out of nowhere. It's like, here's RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly. Give us him.
Right. And the funny thing is, I think like 2 weeks after that we got Pascal, so it didn't.
Yeah. And then then I love Josh Hart, but he hates Indiana, so.
I mean,
to be fair though, was he wrong about what he said about having Indiana not really having shit to do?
I mean, Nap has plenty to do. Nap has
a lot of stuff to do. Anywhere else?
No, Indiana does not. No. But Nap is like any other like big size city that's not New York City.
You're not gonna Russ. You're not gonna run PR for Fishers or Carmel or whatever. You're not gonna run PR for them.
See, no, because that's usually not the side of town that I'd be on. But shout out to Carmel. Shout out Noblesville. Y'all cool, but like that's not my side of town. But
shout out to Gary. Shout out to Gary, the greatest musician of all time from Gary, Indiana.
Nope.
Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs.
Shout out west side of Nap next to the Speedway. Shout out west side of Nap to the Speedway.
But
real shout out Pipe.
I just think though with the jerseys thing, I think just sense of what the cultural significance this will have to the franchise, why I think we'll have a mass jersey retirement for this team. Like if we were a team like the Lakers or Boston who have a history of finals appearances and wins, then I would just say it was probably only going to be Brunson and Cat.
Honestly,
I just think because of the significance.
Is it possible they just retire? Is it possible they just retire everybody's jersey on the same night, the whole starting five?
Yeah, I could see it.
Especially like because like the thing with OG, I think he's year 2 into a 5-year. Or no, not 5. Sorry, no, yeah, year 2 of a 5-year
contract. Yeah,
he was already with the team after that. He'll be 32 by the time that deal ends. So I imagine, unless something goes incredibly wrong or he gets traded, he'll be back.
Yeah.
I will say, don't test loyalty in the NBA. Don't test loyalty in the NBA. We never know.
Sure. That is true.
Like, I
just think.
Are you talking about the franchises when you said it?
Both players' loyalty to a franchise and franchise loyalty to a player. But the
I just
franchise
think
loyalty
if
to a
they
player is
do, I
bigger.
just feel like winning a ring changes how the loyalty will be felt, especially for this roster. Because like, if we do win a title, and then like, let's just say next year something goes wrong, and one of those core guys are traded, I feel like the fan base would like be the most disgusted it's ever been since like the KD Kyrie fumble.
Yeah.
I think you've forgotten there's a gentleman that lives in Dallas right now, and
Well,
they didn't even
we
pay
don't have a
him.
Nico Harrison. We don't have a Nico Harrison that would, you know.
Oh no! There's a gentleman that lives in Dallas right now that was traded from his franchise after helping them win 4 rings.
Oh well, yeah, we're also not the Lakers. The Lakers are cutthroat. Like
No.
that's why I was.
No, brother.
The Warriors.
Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, brother.
Well, Klay left.
He lives because he only left because they wouldn't pay him. Well, which is gonna be how players determine loyalty from a franchise. Now, whether or not that's right or wrong.
If you remember though, they had a new. That's when they got the new front office. Was that offseason? That was right when Bob Myers had left.
I can be new to a job and still understand what's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot
they weren't living under a rock. Now, granted, I'm not saying they had to pay that man. That's not my place to say. But we knew what it was. It was one of them situations where they probably paid him too much on that front end, and then they were like, "Hey, we need you to take a deal on the back end, especially with you coming down." He probably didn't want to do that because he looked at it as every other player does at the end. They're like, "No, I did all this for you. Why are you not paying me?"
It was really the Draymond contract that he was more like he was like paying me the same as Draymond. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I can see why.
I mean, we've had a lot of scenarios where a player with a certain GM, they agree to do something like, hey, when you come back, we're going to re-sign you. Like when you were a free agent, we're going to re-sign you for this much money, and then that GM gets fired or leaves, and then a new GM signs on, and they're like, well, you didn't make that promise with me. As far as you and I, this is new, and that's how a lot of teams get broken up. Shout out to Jerry Krause having every opportunity to re-sign Mike, Pippen, and Rodman for the 1999 season, but then breaking that bond on day one of the 1998 season by saying Phil Jackson would never come back. They could have forfeited if they wanted to. They could have forfeited if they wanted to.
Shout out to Larry Bird trading Danny Granger for Evan Turner.
It's not just Danny Granger. Shout out to Orlando Johnson. You forget about OJ. Never forget about OJ.
Enough, but you should. I want to forget about that trade. That's what I want to forget about. That's what I want to forget about. I don't want Evan Turner in my locker room fighting.
You never had to deal with the day that Kristaps Porzingis trade to Dallas occurred and how everyone shit on the Knicks for weeks about that trade, which in blessing in disguise turned out.
Y'all came out
for sure. Because if you go down that tree, I believe
and you got a player that didn't die.
Yeah. If you go down,
we got a player that didn't get AIDS.
True. I think like if you go down the trade tree, it leads to us getting OG and Josh Hart.
Shout out to the Paul George. Shout out to the Paul George trade tree. Same thing.
Oh,
same
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
Yeah. We know how long that thing is. But with that being said, maybe we'll revisit this when we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, the both of us next year. We'll revisit that. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. But until next time,
so heated. We'll be fucking screaming at each other.
Oh my god. Yeah. Shout out to funny you say that. Let me show you what I was just listening to. Let me.
All I know is I'm not betting again. I'm not doing that again. I already lost to.
It's good. Don't fall into that.
We cried together. Let me show you that's what that's what the podcast is going to look like come the conference finals next year.
That's disgusting.
Why are you mad at me? Brunson shot 5 for 13 and you're mad at me? You're mad at me? Oh man, but with that being said, do y'all have your item?
Yes.
We definitely.
All right.
And mine doubles as a limerick.
All right. Actually, I have the same shoes. What color is the tongue?
It's
What
like
color
the
is it, John?
Knicks
it's like
WWE
they're
Championship.
the lost and founds. Lost and founds.
Oh, okay. Get some red laces.
Yeah.
But with that being
Oh.
said, yeah, get some red laces. Get some red and black laces. But with that
Oh.
being said,
Black is cool.
I see that's a WWE title belt. So that's the one time you made an exception, huh? That's the one.
No, technically, I didn't buy this. My ex-girlfriend got me this
Oh.
last year before the playoffs.
Shout out.
That sounds
You
like
know
you
what?
won the trade.
Yeah, you won the-
yeah. Hey, we broke up and the Knicks made the finals. Hey, seeing
Nice.
connections.
I mean,
No, that's so nasty.
You know what I should have worn? You know what I should have worn? I should have worn that Jushin Liger shirt that you bought me from that Wrestle Crate. Remember? Because me and him, me and Moss, we had a bet that actually came to fruition at was it All In AW All In Texas last year. I said because we were both confirmed going before that series. I was like, if we win the series, if the Pacers win the series, he will buy me a shirt from the All In merch stand. If the Knicks win the series, I will buy him a shirt. So we met up after the Pacers won the series. We looked at the shirt stand. I was like, "This sucks. I'll just show you a shirt that I want to get online." He did it. It was a Jushin Liger shirt. Thank you for that.
I
wear it as a I actually have it somewhere over there right now. It's in laundry right now. But thank you for that. We might
Longest
rerun that
outro
bet
ever.
next year. It is the longest outro ever because we have history. Because we have history. We have history. You know, blood is thicker than water, or whatever they say. But we might run that bet again next year if we both make it to the conference finals. Hit me up.
If
If
the Knicks might. The Knicks might.
All right.
Hey, we'll see. But until then, I actually do have some editing to do for this episode because Russ, your internet sucks.
This doubles with a
Shout out
joke
South
on
Georgia.
the back of it.
Shout out South Georgia.
Yeah, hell yeah, that works too. That works too.
This has a joke on the back of it, so we can end it with
my
that.
My phone is about to die. I need you to hurry.
Fantastic. All right. Let's get.
All right. Why did Squidward quit being a pirate?
Why?
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
He wanted to be an artist.
All right, and with that, this has been episode 18 of the Mouse in the House podcast. We'll see y'all Thursday maybe for episode 19 after game 4. Maybe the series is over, maybe it's not, but until then, everybody take care. We'll see y'all.